Okay, welcome to SportsMatters TV. We're at the home of SportsMatters, the Macau Casino and Sporting Club, right in the heart of Cork City. I'm joined by two hardcore Liverpool fans, lads that know the game extremely well. We put up something on Facebook a while back that we want the guests to feature on the shows, and in the last few days we've had loads and loads of messages, but we had to pick two solid candidates. I always say you know your stuff well, lads. First of all, welcome to the show, Kevin Paul. How's things?
Not too bad.
Oh, it's good. You're not shy, lads, are you? You don't look shy. They don't look shy. So Liverpool at the moment, it's been a decent season for us, lads. Fair to say?
So far it's been a good season so far. I mean, I'm happy enough with the way the season has gone to date. Nobody expected us to get the Champions League final.
Yeah.
If you'd told me that at the start of the season, I would have bit your hand off easily. Getting where we are at fourth position, a little disappointing near the end, but you could see that the players' minds were elsewhere. Coming up to the Champions League final, they were. I'd say it's they were worried about injuries, they were worried about everything else, and it just played on their minds, on the mindset pretty much. But regards that, Salah's been a revelation. We still don't know where we stand with Chan, but you know. But
we can have a chat about that, Mr. Germany man in a bit.
Yeah.
Paul, do you reckon at the start of the season that we would have finished in the top four? Did you have that feeling that we'd do it again?
I was confident after last season, saying that there was 6 strong candidates at the start of the season going back to August.
Yeah.
If someone offered me 4th, I'd have taken it in August. Whether or not I don't care if it's 2nd, 3rd, or 4th.
Yeah.
Again, the Champions League is a huge thing. Like you said, no one expected it. I'd been, look, if someone told me you get to League Cup final or win an FA Cup, I'd been happy, but I'd stop all that right now for where we are now. I think every Liverpool fan would finish 4th in the league and be in a Champions League final.
It's consistently as well, because it's 2 years now in a row that we're in the Champions League, whereas when we went back to when Rodgers was in charge, he got us in there and he didn't do anything.
We look at the team we had as well when Rodgers got us there. We didn't follow up, we lost Suarez and then we got
Borini, Balotelli, Lambert came in. I mean, you can't
deny that.
It's a different team.
Like, you look at the season we've had, right? And the banter on Facebook where there's this little picture going around of signed Salah, top scorer, Liverpool still finished 4th. Why have we still finished 4th? Is it just down to lack defence? Because scoring wise, we have a good goal difference this season.
You have to compare as well of what you're competing against.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have this big thing about FSG not spending money or net spend, whatever. But again, at the end of the day, Manchester City kind of 5, 6, 7 internationals on $100,000 a week on their bench.
Yeah.
This season, towards the end of the season, we only had 3 fit midfielders, and you're competing against 2 mega rich clubs in the Manchester clubs.
Yeah.
Chelsea are always going to spend money.
Yeah.
That's what you're competing against. So it is quite difficult. But saying that, when you've spent, I think it's 18 million net spend in 4 years, and you finish 4th and you're in the Champions League final, you can't be disappointed. Imagine where we'd be if we had the City money or the United.
And even considering that, we had no Lallana at the start of the season, we had no Klein at the start of the season, nobody knew what was happening with Felipe Coutinho, whether he was coming, going, staying. That had a huge impact on the team, I think.
Yeah.
And the defence was not solid at all. Bringing in Van Dijk in January completely changed that around. I know we still need something more solid in that defence, but when you go back and think that we have now had the best defence in the league since January as a team, so I understand that Lovren does individual errors and Matip can do some as well, but for me, one more good centre back into, or really push Gomez back into that position, take him away from the right back and make him a solid left back. Tell him that that's his position to fight for. With regards hearing things about Moreno getting new contract deals or Clavin getting new contract deals, I don't know how true that is. I'd much rather keep Moreno as a backup winger than a left back, because he's capable.
I don't get how under 2 different managers Moreno hasn't at least been tried as a left winger, because it's shouting out he can't defend. Obviously he can't defend.
Well, he did expose a few things last season, we were at the Chelsea game the season before, and we actually read him at it. We thought he was perhaps the best centre back in that Liverpool squad then. Do you think that we're going to go for another centre back, lads?
If there's a De Vries available, if there was I'd go for Tarkowski if we had a chance to go for, somebody who's proven in the Premier League. Maguire's there, he'd nearly come to us.
I think we missed the boat on Maguire last year. 17 million from Hull.
Yeah.
Saying that, then what are Liverpool fans going to do if you're signing Andy Robertson and or Harry Maguire from Hull?
Yeah.
They'd have been up in arms, but you have to trust Klopp with the signs.
Exactly. That's what I think. I don't think Klopp needs to go in and buy world beaters. He will in certain, like we do need a world class goalkeeper. That's without a doubt. But when it comes to other positions, he can buy and create world class rather than.
You look at it. Even I'd be honest, I doubted Chamberlain. I was 40 million. Why have we signed him? But Klopp obviously saw something. He wanted him for a position.
Yeah.
Obviously, me looking at Chamberlain for the last 4 or 5 years, he's playing right back and left back at Arsenal or wherever, wing backs, and obviously Klopp saw that he was a central midfielder or an attacking midfielder, and he's played well. There's a lot to do still for Chamberlain, but he has played very well.
He's a different player under Klopp. Completely different from what he was at Arsenal. And
he's pretty much a fan forever now. You see what he done for the two fans recently. He's really kind of, and even like the gestures, like when he got injured and stuff, that he was like, look, don't focus on me, focus on the team. The lads can do it. He's definitely shown what he can do.
I think even in interviews.
That's what I was going to say.
Interview when I don't know who it was, but they asked him was he leaving, and he interrupted. It was like a captain.
Exactly.
That's
future captain.
Like,
Everybody was talking about Chan being future captain. Everybody's talking, maybe he could, maybe he couldn't.
Yeah.
I think Jordan Henderson's done a better job this season as a captain than he has done in previous seasons. Even though he probably played better in previous seasons, but he had a good season and a solid season this season. He's passing back less. Even though he's still passing a little bit square, but he's controlling that midfield along with Wijnaldum when he comes into deputise.
I do think Henderson is a guy that probably gets slated a lot. I've always kind of been a fan of him for some reason. Sometimes you just become a fan of a player even though a lot of even fans don't like him. But what I've noticed, especially this season when Henderson doesn't play, Liverpool look a different team.
They do actually.
In terms of, you look at when was the last time Liverpool lost a game with Henderson in it, barring the Chelsea game in the season, but during the league campaign when Henderson plays, Liverpool rarely lost.
If Henderson wasn't captain, lads, would he be sold?
I don't know.
You remember that season with Gerrard?
I think he's, I get that. I think he's a good squad player. So even if that, he mightn't have been sold, but he might have been kept within the squad. If it was,
I know Rodgers tried to swap him for Clint Dempsey, but saying that, I think possibly up until this season, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, up until maybe the last 18 months, I think possibly he would have been sold because I think it was obviously when Rodgers first came in, the Henderson was pretty much any of the signings from Dalglish, the previous summer were heading for the.
It was a show back in 2014 when we were going for that league challenge, and we were after beating City 3-2, and in the last minute of the game he fouled Silva, got a red card, he was missing for the next 3 games, and we lost the league title.
We lost the
That's
league,
pretty much, so that shows how important he was. But that season, at least that was his best season for us by far, I think.
But himself and Milner in midfield, they will run all day for you, and no matter how good a player you are, you saw how City struggled over the 2 legs. Not that they struggled, but Kevin De Bruyne, great player he was. But second half in the city of Manchester, he didn't really get a kick because the lads were running all day for 80-90 minutes. They're non-stop.
Milner's been probably the best acquisition that we've got in the last 4 years at least, I think.
I was just going to bring up that now.
Except for Salah, probably. But
do you reckon Milner's going to finish his career at Liverpool? Is it fair to say that he's a good servant to the Premier League? He's still looks fit as a fiddle, still battling, broke into the squad because that's a big squad we've had this season, and Milner's stayed around that squad.
He does it every season. Every season players are signed, and like last season he was playing left back. But he's still there, and possibly he could finish because I think he's happy now. I think he seems settled. Even his social media, Twitter, and all of a sudden he's on Twitter and he's he seems settled and he seems happy.
Throw back to Thursday.
He's the type of player though. I think next season if he's not in the first 11, he's going to be he's not going to be happy not playing, but he's going to be content of playing 25 games a season.
Getting that contract extension, if he is getting that contract extension, it's the most deserved one I think in the.
I think so.
If Liverpool decided they didn't want him, most Premier League teams will take him, not a bother. So you keep him.
I don't need to be one team in the league that wouldn't take him. To be honest with you, I don't think so. As even in the squad, as part of the squad. That's why I'd say instead of giving him a year, I'd give him 2 years and just have him in the dressing room. Just have him, even if he's not playing over the next year, maybe the first 6 months he'll play and then he'll start easing his way out. But I would have him in the dressing room for the next 2 years.
In a room, that's a lot that people don't realise as well. Just having the player in the dressing room, having the player. Not just Milner. What I've noticed is Alberto Moreno does a lot of stuff off the field. So does Dejan Lovren, in terms of just the camaraderie in the dressing room, and just having a laugh, and that's a good thing. And I presume Klopp sees that, and maybe that's the reason Moreno's staying as well. Maybe that's the reason that he wants him hanging around.
Speaking of Moreno, was he playing well up until he got injured? Because it seemed like he kicked on a bit. It seemed like there was 1 or 2 errors, but it seemed that we were up at the game with the Aviva, right, and he had a good game. We're like, hold on, he might stay another season. He played decent football, got injured. Did he get injured? Yeah, it was the Champions League he got injured, and then we were saying, right, is he a baller? Is he the baller that we know he can be?
Definitely this season he looked a bit more conscious of what he was doing and where he was on the pitch, compared to last season. I remember the first game last season against Arsenal, and he was 50 yards up the pitch, and Arsenal were attacking. You're like, this is our left back. But I think he was definitely more conscious of his defensive positioning.
Yeah, he either tucks in too tight or he moves up too far, and he just doesn't stay up.
The only thing I would say as well is I think you can't argue with that when he's out of the team, they are a lot more solid now. And Robertson has been very good, but I also think that Dejan Lovren was playing that side with Moreno, and I don't think that helped him or whoever was going to be playing that side.
When you look at Lovren, he played in Southampton. He played as the right centre back. And that's the way he played, and he was fantastic there. He's been a lot better than what he was over the last couple of seasons. There's still a couple of errors in him. But besides that, he's been more solid this season than he has for the last 2 seasons.
That's the Van Dijk thing as well coming in.
I think so, because Van Dijk is a left-sided centre back. He definitely is. So
the boy Andrew Robertson, world class.
Yeah,
world class. He's like Finnan, perhaps better than Finnan maybe.
Yeah,
I think he'll be better than Finnan.
He's more vocal than Finnan anyway.
Yeah,
definitely.
What a steal.
He talks across that back line along with Van Dijk easily. Yeah.
For 8 million, and easy, you want the left back that will win to it, that will tackle, and that knows where he is on the football pitch. For a few years we didn't have a left back that could do that, but it just shows. When you have a decent left back that's a good defender first and foremost.
It was the position we were most lacking in the last 4 or 5 years since Winston left, pretty much. And it's the position that needed fixing, and it's fixed down right now.
Seems partly fixed. He's going to be around a long time.
He's young for this.
And the thing is, he's not. He's not the type that it's going to be like, I want to join Man City or I want to go away. He's Scottish. He's happy enough. He's pretty much homegrown. He is. Gets
his head down and plays ball, and that's what you want. He doesn't let the fantasy or the flair get in his face.
In the way.
Very similar to Salah as well. As world class as he is, he does the same.
What about our boy Trent, Liverpool lad, future
delighted.
captain perhaps?
Yeah, delighted. I was watching him from the youth squads up. Similar time, like he was in the younger squads, even to Sterling. I was watching Sterling when he was coming through as well. And he said the same thing. He said he's a baller.
I know Gerrard raved about him before he even got a kick in Liverpool. He was 30, maybe 15, 16, and Gerrard was talking about him going.
He's crossing at the ball, and his set pieces are just.
His pace is frightening.
Yeah. And I wonder, will they eventually push him back into midfield, because that's essentially what he is. He's a central midfielder. But he was saying there that Klopp, was kind of priming him to be a right back. But again, you'd wonder next season. Again, it may be second season. Will he kick on? Will he be able to be consistent enough to do the same?
Yeah.
He's still very young. There's been a few games this season where you go.
It was against United, I think he put his hands up and said right.
And even the Roma goal, score there to make it 2-2. I think he just went for a ball that he was never getting. And again, that's only him being 19 years of age, and but again, it's about if he improves again next year, that's
he can only get better. He can only get better. You put that down to youthful ignorance, So
he's got a lot to come.
And
speaking of goalkeepers, right? Karius, right? He's done all right.
He's done a lot better than what he did last season. I mean, I watched him in the Bundesliga, and he was fantastic from Mainz. To come second to Neuer in the league, where Neuer was dominating as a goalkeeper, the best keeper in the world at the time. There was, for him to come second, him and a close second, where Mainz, he had to have been doing something right. And I was watching most of his games; he was pretty good. Coming to us, I think the whole aura of Liverpool, I think, got to him. You're going from Mainz to Liverpool FC. There's a big jump, It's grand going with Mainz and playing at the Bundesliga, playing at Bayern's, stadium, whatever like that, and having, that kind of experience. But to come in week out and play at Anfield, and he had a lot of fumbles at the start, like a lot of fumbles at the start, bad decision making, not catching. He can still, to be honest with you, I think his head gets a bit up in the air sometimes, where he just kind of loses it for a few minutes, and then he comes back, But he's done really, really well.
I don't think I could ever fully trust him. We've had good keepers in the past. Pepe Reina was a keeper that you look back and go, I could trust him.
We take him back. I take him back anyway.
I don't know, are we judging Karius on what we've probably what Liverpool have been through over the last couple of years with keepers, because there has been a lot of mistakes, and now we have. I wouldn't say. Look, he's a decent keeper, but I definitely think if you're going to be competing for the top honours now, I know Champions League final is probably the best you can get, but consistently, if you're going to be close in the Premier League, I don't think Karius would be a number one keeper for a Man City or Man United or whoever.
No. That Man City didn't go through,
Who do we go for?
I'd take Oblak all day long. Alisson's a very good keeper as well, but if I had my first choice, it'd be Oblak. But also you're looking at the likes of Donnarumma, and he could be your
I think the thing with Donnarumma, I think he's going to go to Juventus now to replace Buffon, and I think again Oblak, and if he has a 100 million release clause, I'd spend it if you have the money and just bring him in.
Why not?
Get it done.
And with there's funds there, right? Definitely funds. Do we go big, or do we take a chance? Like Butland, I think we're going to end up with Butland, but
if we had a choice and we were going to take a chance, I would go for Pope from Burnley.
Yeah,
fantastic performer all season, but can you trust him then as well?
Again,
will the same thing happen with Karius?
The thing with club, thing, if you're going to bring in a keeper, and if you're going to bring Pope, or if you're going to bring Butland, is he better than what we have? I don't think so. No. And I don't think signing. Personally, I don't think signing a Nick Pope or Jack Butland is going to get you closer to winning the league.
Yeah.
I think if you're signing an Oblak, that gets you closer, because he's proven in Europe. And no, by all means, if over the next couple of years Nick Pope becomes that, but again, we're judging it on, we'll sign him in the hope that he becomes Oblak or world class.
Because you're going to have Bogdan. He's definitely going to be leaving in the summer.
Is he still there?
You forget he's there. Danny Ward, as highly regarded as he is by the Liverpool fans, he just hasn't done enough to be.
Well, I hope he goes back to Huddersfield, because I want to see him do well.
Yeah, I want to see him do well
I
as
think
well.
He's actually been very unlucky, because not one game this season in the League Cup, and he's never actually given a chance by Klopp. And I wonder why the Klopp brought him back in first place. You could have just left him out.
Just let him.
I don't know what the reason for
a good season.
He would have a Premier League season in Andrew's belt.
What about a young Cork lad, Queven Kelleher? He's been rated. Obviously, there's big goalkeepers then will need a big replacement. Do you reckon we could see that young lad break into the first team over the pre-season maybe?
If he's given a shot, I never seen George that looked like the full article that might break through. Kelleher might be he might be a good show to start giving him cup games. But at that stage, you have to say goodbye to Bogdan, you have to say goodbye to Ward.
Well, I think it's fair to say Bogdan
will go. Going to be leaving anyway, so he's not going to hang around.
I still think he has another 4 or 5 years before he needs to start thinking about personally think, and again, look, we've seen even there recently Conor Masterson get into the Champions League squad, and you can see maybe there's some that will get through. I think it's very difficult for a club like Liverpool or any of the top clubs really to bring players through unless they're really special players.
They have to, like Trent is kind of like a diamond in the rough.
They have to be nearly the finished article before they come through.
It's
they're not going to give it a chance.
Money game, really.
Same with Ryan Brewster. If he didn't have that bad injury, I think he might have been given a few games at the second half of the season. But then you're kind of thinking, what happens with Solanke that way? You're looking at Sturridge going to be moved on, Origi's going to be moved on. Whether Wolfsburg take him or not, But
Inns, will Danny stay? He's been unlucky.
I think he'll go because I think he's at a point now where he has to play. He's if he wants to play for England, which is what he was on the verge of doing before the injury, he'll have to go, and I think probably a Newcastle or a team of that regard would he be good for.
Like he's back a season and a half now, and if he's not going to break in now,
and you look at Solanke pretty much is nearly ahead of him in the start. In Klopp's mind, I think Solanke is ahead of him. And again, I don't think Solanke is somebody that we should be relying on either. I think Origi is probably a better striker to bring on than Solanke. But again, I think he was moved up because he was on higher wages. And would you rather have Solanke on the bench at 10 grand a week than nothing, or Origi on 60? And
will Solanke make it? Tough one now?
If it was going on the evidence of the Brighton game, but if it was going on everything else, he looks to slow down the pace of the play. That, like, similar to Origi, he had an eye for goal, but he slowed us down when you wanted to counter attack. He'd hold the ball up too long, or too many
I think
touches.
Solanke is a sort of an out-and-out striker, and the way Liverpool play, I don't think any out-and-out striker suits. You're putting him in instead of Firmino, really, and that's difficult to
we were over for even watching the last game was over for Stoke and Millwall, and it was even watching him then, you could see that he was the guy that, similar to Vardy, he wants to run in behind, wants to take that ball and wants to go at the goal all the time, but not fully link up. You kind of have to shout at him to look up because his head goes down or whatever that, but still, he's got a really good eye for goal.
He does.
But I don't think he's Klopp will tell you, he'll probably know himself what's going to happen, but it's I don't think he's got the
I do think Ings will actually get goals in the Premier League, not a bother to him to do that, but he's not going to play enough for Liverpool to get
cup games. That's it.
He's not
with Salah, Bobby and Manny.
And if Klopp is, Klopp seems to like Ryan Brewster, he's going to all of us probably go ahead of him next season again.
Especially after giving him reassurances this season. That, don't worry about your injury. I'm putting you.
And if you're Danny Ings and you have Solanke and Brewster ahead of what's the point in hanging around?
Will we bring any obviously we'll probably go for a goalkeeper, possible centre back. Do you reckon? Obviously we have our new number 8.
Yes.
He's going to make a big difference. But do you reckon we'll go one or two more players? Do you reckon there's a couple of superstar names being linked, right? Do you reckon that we're going to bring one or two more? Are we going to want to set the squad, or are we going to go for it?
I think the majority of names being linked over the last couple of days have been
rubbish,
really.
It's
anyone who that's available. I think the only one personally that I think could possibly happen is the guy from Lyon.
Fekir.
And I think he's a Liverpool type signing in terms of the club he's coming from. He won't be on massive wages. He's young.
He's a whippet.
Yesterday we were linked to Yaya Toure. That's the opposite. I don't think Buffon or Toure. I don't think any of them names are. No, it could be completely wrong.
Buffon would be better than Manning, though.
Buffon will do a good job, to be fair, for you.
But again, I don't think it's a Liverpool signing. I think Buffon will go to PSG and earn another 150 grand a week. Liverpool aren't going to pay that money.
No.
To a Buffon or a Yaya Toure or whatever.
Unless he's hard to set on the Premier League.
Unless that. I know Buffon did, I know quotes in the past saying when he was growing up, Liverpool winning stuff, and that's who he wanted to play for because they were winning, and so maybe.
I'd take him in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Just having in the dressing room, he's a fun character. He's a winner.
Are you putting him in ahead of Karius? Are you putting him in?
I would anyway.
No, I think he realised he was going to retire, so I think he realises that he's going to be on he's going to be the second string goalkeeper if he comes in anywhere, and he will play cup games and he will play. It'd
be nice to say Buffon played for Liverpool. I suppose.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. But realistically, I don't know if it'll happen. Will Klopp go for it? I don't know if I can see that. I mean, Klopp's type of players, even when he's going for it, like if you're talking about near the midfield, he loves Pulisic. He brought him in himself when he was at Dortmund. He's been after him for the last couple of seasons. You can see that, and nothing's kind of been said around that. But I think Dortmund are at a point now where it could appeal to Pulisic to leave. Last season, no way. The season before that, no chance. But you have to listen. Whether that's true or not,
it's those type of players that haven't quite made it yet, but are possibly on the verge. And I think they'll be the signings, and there's probably names now that we wouldn't even think of here today that will end up signing. That will come out of the blue because they do things quite privately. A lot of the time, within a couple of days before signing, it starts to leak out. There's a lot of stuff probably behind the scenes that none of us know.
An exciting summer, lads. The big one next week, Champions League final. It's fair to say it's a 50-50 game.
Oh, I think so. Yeah,
it has to be.
Looking at Real Madrid in the Champions League.
It's 50-50. Just on the Madrid factor, Ronaldo factor alone, you're talking a 50-50. They haven't played too well throughout the whole tournament. I don't think. I think they're there for the taking, to be honest with you. But you can't. Is the Liverpool going to turn up that turns up when they sit back? Because we don't play well when we sit back.
No, we don't.
We don't. You take Salah off. We're a sit back team. Then we just invite pressure on us, you know, and I don't like when we play like that, and I don't think any Liverpool fan likes that when we play. I
think if Liverpool are going to beat them next week, they're going to have to go with what they done against City really, and get a couple of goals in a couple of minutes and just have a go. Because I don't think if you go and you're kind of sitting back for 20 minutes, go all right, staying in all. I think eventually Madrid will see that and they'll just go right, boom.
I was watching a couple of videos, YouTube videos. Recently that was showing like Salah against the likes of Marcelo in Brazil and stuff like that, and against Real Madrid when he was with Roma, and he tore Marcelo apart. And Modric was trying to chase him down, he couldn't catch him.
And Ramos' speed wise, like you know,
I think midfield's a big thing as well. I don't think they have legs in midfield. As good the players they have. I don't think Kroos, Modric, and Casemiro.
They haven't really clicked up there.
We don't allow other teams midfields to click.
They won't like that. Modric won't like not being able to play the game at his pace. No, if it turns around the other way and Madrid get in front and they start playing the game at their pace, it will be difficult because I don't think Liverpool can go from there to there. We'll have to start from here. Because they tend to drift off in games. They don't go the other way, and that's why I'm under no illusion to Real Madrid. You know, they've won the Champions League for the last 2 years in the final game.
Yeah, second guess. I'm optimistic, but I'm also weary.
Of course.
Yeah, so
it's a very hard one to call. I think if Real Madrid didn't struggle in a couple of games leading up to the semi-finals, quarter-finals, I think we'd be sitting here now going, it's going to be tough. But we done well to get to the final. But I think the fact that you see a few weak spots, you go, we could get out of it.
Once you can bypass that midfield really easily, especially
it's very possible, And what about Ronaldo? What's the story? Is he? There's not much being mentioned. Obviously, he's going to play it again.
He doesn't do much in games these days. It's just that he does pop up when he needs him. You know, he pops up with that header, or he gets that penalty. He gets into the positions that they need him to be in. But for most part of the game, he stays.
I think where he plays, he's very isolated.
Will Van Dijk spank him? Will he give him a little tap on the bum and say, "I have your butt"? Do you reckon that would happen? Because Van Dijk he's well off this. Like, you look at Van Dijk going from Southampton to Liverpool, obviously he's going to be nearby him. I think Ramos personally will be caught for speed. If you look at Ronaldo, Benzema against Manny, Bobby and Salah, that's frightening. I think Liverpool have the edge up front, but is the case, like, will Ronaldo be 100%? Does apparently trouble in the camp at Madrid?
Ronaldo played against Van Dijk recently in the friendly, and was Portugal got hammered 3-0. Didn't get a kick. No, I know it's a friendly, but he still played against them. You know, in terms of he didn't really give him a sniff. Saying that, you know, it's how many times we said, "Oh, it's Ronaldo on the way down," and then all of a sudden he gets 2 goals against someone who knocks him out of the Champions League. You can't, especially with Lovren.
He scored last week. Lovren's on the bus.
You know, if you know, I looked at Edin Dzeko, Lovren a couple of times in a couple of occasions. If that's Ronaldo, you know, that gets
as long as Lovren doesn't do an interview before a game, I'm happy enough, because every time he does an interview and he starts talking of Liverpool, something happens to us. You know, it's kind of like a jinx factor.
I think a big thing as well is Henderson and Milner playing. I think they have to start. I hope to God that Emre Can doesn't start.
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will
unless he's staying.
I don't think he will, even if he was, because I think he takes 5-10 games to get into a season. I think half the time. I think that the 3 in midfield will be. I think Milner and Henderson will start, and obviously Wijnaldum will be the third. I think just once, fingers crossed, none of them pick up knocks or niggles over the next week.
Well, as long as Wijnaldum keeps niggling at that midfield, like as long as he keeps stepping in front, because the 3 probably coming back,
will run pretty much all day for you, and hopefully we're 3 goals ahead by the 88th minute.
That's you know.
We can ease off.
That's
because they usually do ease off.
Yeah, we have to head out of the blocks for and get a couple of goals. Because as you said, once we hit the 75-80 minute mark, I don't back or just second guess ourselves. You know,
I'd be very surprised if we kept them out, you know, over 90 minutes. So that's why I do think
they'll do that.
Liverpool will have to score at least 2, possibly 3 or 4 if they're going to win the match.
We just have to play. I mean, for me, like, Madrid is Madrid and Ronaldo's on it, but they're there for the taking. You know, they're easily opened up. Look how easily Bayern opened them up, and they're not a full of legs side, you know.
They were a better team unit.
The semi-final, I didn't know who I wanted to get through, to be honest. I was like going up.
I would prefer playing Madrid, to be honest.
Watching the match, you know, halfway through the match, I was like, I prefer Madrid. Then I was going, I prefer Bayern. Then I was back to Madrid, just by the way the game was going.
Just the way to get open them up. But it's just if we can keep opening them up and keep them pushed back, like if we play our possession game and pummel them, then we just have to watch those competitions with Ronaldo. That's it.
Look, what Real Madrid team would we have picked if we were going to pick one of the three that got the last three finals? It would be this one.
Yeah.
You know, the last two Real Madrid teams were quality teams, and pretty much everyone knew they were going to win the finals they were playing. Now all of a sudden people don't know that they're going to. You know, the last two finals they were like pretty sure, probably 90% of people were going Real Madrid going to win. No, they're not.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's just it's that left side of their defence it's slow. It's open for the taking. Marcelo hasn't got the legs, neither does Ramos.
Yeah.
And I think they can be caught. You know. So.
Yeah, and I think going forward, if we can catch Marcelo, the only thing I'd be wary about is Salah doesn't track back either. So it works the other way too. That if it's 2-on-1, and I do think if Asensio plays, I think he's a quality player, and he stays to the left. I think Arnold could get 2-on-1 against him a few times because Salah doesn't track back, and that's the way they play. He rarely.
You need Ronaldo to come across.
That's why you need the runners in midfield. So I'd be slightly worried in that regard of them going the other way.
Yeah.
But again, I'd be targeting them at that side 100%.
Definitely. That's predictions. I'm going to say 3-1 to Liverpool. I reckon that we have it. Can you give a prediction? Putting the reputations on the line.
If it's going to be an open game, you could see it being like a 4-2 or something like that. You know? Or something like that. If we hit them hard and fast early, then we pull one back and we could be sweating it. Then we could go and nick another one. It could be anything. It could be 3-1, it could be 4-2, it could be 5-1. You know, it's just it's ridiculous.
If they both play the way they can play.
Yeah. I think it'll be a long night. I think it's going all the way.
Yeah.
I think so. Liverpool don't win cup finals 2-0 or 3-1 or anything.
Yeah.
If we win our penalties or Liverpool win from 2 down or 2 up, you know, I think the potential there it's going to penalties and
if we start cautious,
if you put me on the spot and saying I have to pick something, obviously I'll go Liverpool on penalties. Yeah. You know, I think it'll be a scoring game, high scoring draw. But
lads, thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. This is the start of something special, and obviously Liverpool's a big team in Cork as well, so we're going to try and make this a regular thing. All the info will be on the Facebook page and the website. Kevin, Paul, well done lads, good stuff, and come on Liverpool.